G'day, Matty Guyatt here, and I want to talk to you today a little bit about driving the golf ball and your tee height and angles of attack and things like that. Okay, so quite commonly it surprises me initially, but now it doesn't, because a lot of people, when they come in for a lesson, they talk about, oh, that's way too high, that tee height's way too high. Okay, and they fear hitting a sky. Okay, now the fear of hitting a sky is that they're going to go straight underneath the ball here, but it's not possible for my driver to actually fit underneath the golf ball. Yes, it's going to hit high up on the club face, but it can't completely fit underneath. Where the issue comes is that a lot of people are coming in with an angle of attack down on the driver still, and once we get that, now all of a sudden you can see that, wow, now the ball can hit right on the top of the driver face, put a beautiful sky mark on your nice new Titleist driver, okay, which is not what we want, and pop sky the ball, and it goes straight up. In fact, it usually goes higher than it goes long. So, this creates a little bit of an issue for them, and they tend to then start teeing the ball well down low like this so that they can't possibly sky it. But unfortunately, when the ball gets really low like this, the only way to really hit the middle of the face is to have an angle of attack down, because if we were coming up on the ball, we'd be hitting it too low on the face. So they still keep swinging down on the ball to get their centered contact, but by swinging down on the ball with a low tee to find the center, we're de-lofting the driver. So typically what happens when we de-loft and we're swinging down is we're also going slightly left, so the face is going to be slightly open to the path, and subsequently we get this downward motion to the left with less loft, so this ball comes out low, rises with massive amounts of cut spin on the ball, and ends up usually kind of going out to the right, or certainly has a banana shape, even if you're good enough to keep it in the fairway. So you're sacrificing all this distance by doing this. Okay, so what about if we put the tee back up to the original height, back up here, and we talked a little bit about potentially changing what we would call the low point in the driver. So instead of having the driver swing down, and every time we swing a club, it'll eventually have a low point before it starts to come back up. So if we have a low point when we're swinging down into the ball with driver that's in front of the ball, and then it starts to come back up, that would create angle of attack down into the golf ball. So if we actually move that low point and actually said, all right, well, my club is going to bottom out back here, for example. So when I get to that low point from here, now my club's going to start swinging up. That's when we can hit center contact with an ascending or upwards angle of attack onto the golf ball, right? We're hitting up on the ball because our low point is behind, club comes up, now we find center, and when you do that, you're going to launch the ball much higher with far less spin on the golf ball, okay? This means we're going to increase your carry distance for you, okay? We're going to make the shot look like it has far more launch angle and flight through the sky. It's also going to have less spin and probably less curvature on the golf ball once we get that club face matching up a little bit better on the way through to that path. So why don't we go and experiment a little bit with, let's put this tee up a little bit from that scared low tee position that some of you have, right? Let's put it up a little bit, and let's feel like, okay, maybe we can put a coin down just let's say 8 to 10 centimeters behind the golf ball, and let's even address the golf ball there and feel like that's my bottom point, and then I'm going to come up into the ball from there. So I'm going to bottom out there, and I'm going to be making an upwards contact on the golf ball, finding center, launching beautifully into the sky, increasing your distance, and you never know, you might just take a few aerial photos of your Saturday grouping as you fly your ball over the top of all your mates when usually you haven't been the longest in the group. So it's going to be exciting for you. Come and see me out at Golf Central here. I'd be more than happy to help you with this and explain a little bit more and help you with setups to help achieve this. The main thing that I would say to you is get a little bit more spine angle away from target, and feel like we're going to maintain that spine angle on the way through so that we get angle of attack up versus down, steep and across the golf ball, creating all that spin. Okay, hope that all makes a bit of sense to you. If it doesn't, I'm very sorry, but come and see me and I'll explain it in more depth, and we'll touch more on this as we continue along. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to get all the videos coming to you when I release them. and send me your comments. If there's videos you want me to touch on certain aspects of the game for you, I'd be more than happy to do that. So just send me some requests in the comments and I'll see if I can get those videos up for you and help you with your game. That's what it's all about. Remember, I don't profess to be the expert on all of this. I just want to share some of the knowledge that I've picked up from playing around the world and spending time with some of the best coaches around the world in the time that I've been doing that. And now it's time for me to share a little bit of this stuff with you guys. So go and experiment. That's what golf is. It's a game. We need to experiment, have fun. When you're on the range, try this stuff out, okay? You don't have to go and pick the balls up. So just hit the next one, try it again, hit the next one, and, you know, figure out when you hit a good one, what did it feel like? Where did you get your position to? Because I'll talk more and more about that with analysis of bad versus analysis of good and how important that is. That's coming up in one of my future videos, so stay tuned, and I look forward to having you guys back on the channel soon.